Bing. Jolly good. Killica? Oh boy. No, not Killica. Where we at? Garuda. Kamari. There it is. What level am I? Level 3. Outstanding. Here we go. Cheer. And strength +1. And we are good to go. Kimari. Doing grand. So yeah, a lot of meetings today. So every 2 weeks we have an arcade meeting at 10:30. And then due to various things, like including my stuff arriving on Tuesday, people having other things and commitments and such, our weekly orgs call didn't happen until today. So that was like 9 o'clock until, 10-ish, after 10. And then the arcade meeting just ended up taking 3 hours all in. So people would come to take photographs. We were setting a 100-inch monitor. On the wall. People were in and out, had to get collected and such. Yeah, it was a BVM and a PVM. The BVM's at the back, PVM's at the front. So I've now got a move-in date for the new apartment, which is great. So that's sorted now, which is exciting. So I can move in on the 22nd of December. And then it officially starts on the 1st of January. So the tricky thing, and it is a considerably tricky thing, is that for me to move in on the 22nd means that if I wanted to go home for Christmas, to see family and things like that, I would have to chuck all my gear in to the new place.
A flyer. That's your department, right? True. But why don't we let our son?
Alright, let me get my head around this. So yeah, I would have to chuck all the stuff in, potentially set up the PC, maybe go home on the 22nd, but then I need to come back on the 26th for the marathon on the 27th. No, I need to know when I get kicked out of this place, because if I have to leave here by the end of December, by the, I don't know what it is, it's 31st or whatever. I don't know how many days there are in December. 30 days, half September, April, June, and November. 30 days last September? Yeah, April, June, and November. Oh, there's a 31. So 31. There you go. So if I have to leave here by the 31st of December and I can move into the new place on the 22nd, then that's what I have to do. So then it's a case, okay, then if I'm going to do the marathon on the 27th and I'm coming back on the 26th, I could set up my computer and stream setup and all that when I come back. Assuming and it just might be going to bed later or whatever. So it's possible to do. But it does make things a little tricky. So I really need to figure out what I'm doing at Christmas, because that's going to be awkward. I got my PVM at the same time I got my BVM. So I did. Titus Lily and Lily. I believe the internet should be. I imagine it'll be there when I move in. It's a brand new set of apartments. But yeah, that's a fair point as well. I already know what the internet is going to go. I don't have to move again. So this is a place that ESA found me. Or fuck my asshole. I didn't mash X that much. Lies, treachery, and deceit. I am sad. I am very sad. Anyway. Why can you see the timer? Wait, was live split off the last time as well? Wait, no, it's on. What? Oh, this is so weird. No, I don't have Flee. I just got Cheer. So you do have to manually... oops, that's fine. You do have to manually run. You get Flee... I don't remember. Kill like a wood? Something like that? Alright, so that should be that sorted. But yeah, no, the ability I got was Cheer. So, but this place... so basically I had... like the amount that I would be comfortable paying for rent, or like that I would like to, like the ideal amount. And this place is, ooh boy, a couple of hundred more expensive. And it turns out that there are apartment blocks literally across the way, like maybe 50 meters or less from here, something like that. Very close. That are within that price range. So it was like if there was an option to go from this place to a cheaper place, then that would be the choice to make. And it turns out that the options there are pretty straightforward. It's the same landlord, so you've got that as well, which is great. So yeah. But yeah, I know I can move into there from the 22nd. So once I get Christmas sorted out, then that'll be that. But yeah, like it was the general idea. Was something to the effect of like, come here, and then within 3 months I would move into a smaller place if the option was there. Like this place is lovely. But yeah, it is smaller. That's fine. I don't have a need for all of this space, so it should do the job lovely. What's up, Link? How's it going? So yeah, but I mean, I really like the layout and setting of the whole thing and the rest of it. I'm doing very well, thank you. So that will be exciting, but obviously it means then I have to move again. But now that I know I'm definitely going, and now that I know what the potential move-in date is, like I know not to unpack anything here. So I've literally just got all my boxes. So I think we're just gonna get some forklifts or wheelie trolleys. Oh, naughty boy, naughty boy. Yeah, so just get some wheelie things or whatever. I don't know. It's the one that's like literally like an L shape. It's literally like there's like a straight line down and across, and you just stack things on them. It'll have a name. Oh, we could totally do box fort. Like if I could take a picture of the room that all my boxes are in right now, and you'll get a feel for what it is. But yeah, box fort totally. But yeah, so that's
she's a daughter of high school.
that's what we've got. So yeah, I think we'll just run the boxes round. I'll be on the 3rd floor. It's got an elevator, which is fine. So then the only tricky things to move, really, so the boxes will be dead easy. The tricky thing will be the bed, and then the stream setup, the PC and stuff. Like I don't honestly know what the quick way to move this is. Because the bed, what I'm actually curious would be is if we just put it on its side and just carry the bed as one thing, like, because there's a lift and I'm pretty sure it'll fit sideways in the lift here. And if the lift is the same size in the new place, like it could just be a case of Just a couple of dudes lifting a bed from A to B.
It's nice.
Well, the thing is, like, there's going to be no car activity going on. It's going to all be, like, lifting by hand. So I reckon it'll be like, okay, so, you know, someone might take the 2 monitors, you know, a screen under each arm. One person carries the tower across and just, like, sets it down where it needs to go or whatever. Well, fortunately, my sofa's inflatable. So very easy. But the bed could be a pain. But the bed was very quick to move. I don't think this is carryable by people, honestly. I think it's too heavy, and I think it would damage the table, especially seeing as it's a standing desk. Like, I don't think it's got that much support on the top board of it.
A man named Jack told me.
But, like, yeah, I've got, like, 2 studio monitors. I've got 3 computer monitors. I've got the tower, which I think is going to not only be bigger, but heavier as well with the new stuff. Like, the new PC, I think, is going to be bigger and take up more space. But maybe not. This case is pretty large.
You know, our meeting like this must be the blessing of Yevon.
But yeah. Oh, so that's what we're looking at.
Why not?
On Twitter X. Yeah, so I don't know if I've got a picture of it anywhere. Don't know if anyone posted it. I don't see it. There was a picture a while ago that I'd seen. Was it shared?
Why, that's the day that Jack came to Spira. It's true, I first met Jack
Let's
10
have a look and
years
see.
months ago. I remember that was the day.
Ice rink fan.
The date fits, doesn't it?
Skiddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-dee.
Yeah, but how would he get here?
Are you not?
Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe Eden will tweet it out. But yeah, 100-inch TV. It's designed really for like conferences and stuff. So like if a company's coming in, they want to present something, instead of getting a projector, we got a big TV. And then Jasper, who works in the arcade, a number of you might have seen doing a dance showcase at ESA's. The first thing he was like, so we play Super Mario on this? Or whatever, Smash Bros or something like that. No, like I saw there was definitely a picture. I don't see it. Oh well. Yeah, imagine to yourself a 100-inch television against the wall. There you go. That was
What do you think you're doing?
the big excite.
We'll all get dragged under. Sin is going for Kilika. We gotta distract it. Our families are in.
Yeah, I don't know where it would be.
Wait. Oh boy.
Well, never mind. Yep. Oh, there it is. 100 in CRT, just unthinkable. I remember the first time I went to the Twitch HQ in the UK. And they have like a wall of monitors, and they all I mean, obviously, you know the correct branding. They all had like streams on them and stuff, but like it was one of the ones where you can have them all just like linked together to make a giant monitor. And there were like, oh, I don't know, maybe like 16 of them or something like that against one wall, and it was the first time I'd seen like something like that in person. And I was like, cool. Alright, what are we doing here? Bonk. Lancet, Thunder, Titus 2, the other person. Make sure we use the energy blast. Make sure you also use it on the fin. Delicious. Some good shit right there. It's time to take on the horse, Equus. Do 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 do. Big thumbs up. Big Waka energy. Alright, here we go. Double cheer. Dark attack. Smack. 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 Okay, so it's blender. 1, 2, 3. 4, And over did I... Oh, crit. Very nice. Tidus. Very nice, very nice. Got so lovely to be washed out by the night like this. I guess I'll do something about it. Hang on. That's pretty okay. Maybe a little light. Bottom. I wonder how much like energy a 100-inch CRT would be. Like, would it use up just like infinite amounts of power and energy? Imagine the sound it would make. You know? Yep. This is a house for it because size requirements of the cathode, right? 3 beams of electrons in the screen to create a viewable image. Oh, I mean, 40 is still pretty big.
I kept hoping it.
I will.
Surely at this point we have the technology.
Must defeat sin.
No?
I was just. Maybe it was that day. I started.
Yeah, I think. I mean, projectors really were a big thing back in the day. God, it would be incredible, wouldn't it?
Greetings. If there is no other summoner.
Thanks, BT.
Our loved ones.
Just like
We feared they would become fiends.
big old. Thick tubs of glass, man. Incredible.
We'll go see
Bless me. And people die, and Yuna dances. I mean, it is a sensational cutscene with the fireflies and stuff. Like, they really visualized it super well. Thank you.
What's ascending? Are we going somewhere?
Oh, awkward. Awkward.
Truly are, Clueless. Are you sure it's just your memory that's the problem?
Yeah, big memory problem. Just that. Just the memory.
Need guidance. Filled with grief over, they yearn to live. You see, and in time, should these souls the sending
Some.
pretty, yeah, like there's a lot of like, I don't know if ignorance is the word, but a lot of like, oh, you know, let's avoid everything and not say it and pretend that everything's fine and that nothing's wrong and nothing bad happens. Like, they really play into the, oh, Titus doesn't know anything, but, you know, neither does anyone else, so that's okay. Super ambient rendition of the hymn. Dufath. So well done. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't know why I'm so yawny today.
It must be tough, being a summoner.
Super tough. Hardest job in the world.
She knew from the beginning what it meant.
What does it? What does it
All we can
mean? Yeah, well, so I was talking about my PC setup with planks, probably yesterday, I think. And he was like, oh, you could look at like stacking monitors. So instead of having like, because right now I've got 3 side by side. And it was like about like having ones on top of the others. And I believe HUD's has got like just like a giant desk arm mount. And it's got stacked monitors vertically. And I think he said something to the effect of like he put it on the desk and the desk was not handling it. So he had to like stabilize it in some way.
I wish no more people being killed by sin.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do like having everything on a horizontal plane quite a lot.
It was strange.
And I feel like I probably like it on a horizontal plane more than I would. Like, I don't like the idea of like looking up to see one of my screens. And I don't know what information I would want to have that I'd have to look up to see that I can't glance left and right for. You know, it's like, I guess I could have like the stream, like the OBS preview and like the alerts or something. How's it going, Raxer? Good to see you.
High summoner or high. Yep.
What? Praying for Vic.
Something wrong?
Is this?
This is the players fight with all their strength. They forget pain. That's why Blitz is. At least that's right.
But yeah, I feel like I wouldn't be able to get value, or I feel like I wouldn't get value from having it like that. That was really flat. Girls. Oh, great. Now it's gotten all dark again. Ugh. Blargin. Alright, here we go. I'm ready to learn the faith.
I want to be my guardian.
Oh boy, I'll guard you for sure. Yeah, but I totally get that. Like, people do it, and I'm sure, you know, people are happy with it, fine with it, or like what they have. But like for me,
It's just that
like I don't like the idea of it. And my plan to have another standing desk here on the left where I can have my BVM and my consoles and my PVM, then it just means all I do is like, oh,
my apologies.
you know? And it's like BVM, monitor 2, 3. And then if I'm playing an HD game or a PC game, you know, no, absolutely not. This is the peak furniture. So I've got a date on the new apartment, so I can move in on the 22nd of December. So there will be not a single thing more moved or put into this apartment. And then when I move into the new one, then I can start thinking about stuff like that. But one of the biggies is there's like less room in the new apartment, so I won't have like a grand amount of space to like have lots of furniture and extra bits and pieces. How's it going, Mizzle? Good to see you. So it's a BVM, and it is a fancy monitor. So to the left of me, this is where we get Flea here, actually. So back there are two big CRTs. One is a BVM and one is a PVM. And they are arguably the best displays for RGB or standard definition viewing. So you get your RGB console, your RGB modded console. And then you play them on one of these gigantic CRT monitors. And you get to play the most beautiful, high fidelity visual experience ever. With those 600 scan lines and that beautiful CRT softness. So is it a memory card that you can go back and forth?
Let's end this.
Between console and PC? I was like, I don't know who this Brody is, but I'm sure he's a cool dude. There are a lot less now than there were before. There was, once upon a time, there was a really hard insistence that you had to play on a CRT because there was no lag. It was like, if you were playing on an HD monitor, upscaling or whatever, you were going to get lag, and it was a garbage experience. So people were like RGB is love, RGB is life, zero delay CRT is the only way to play a video game. Any other experience is trash. Don't do it.
A race, huh?
So that was like the standard, and then like HD gaming monitors became a serious thing, And then with the advent of stuff like the OSSC and the RetroTink, oh no, it's not until after Luca. We're quite a while away from the hahaha scene. By that I mean like an hour or so. Ooh, yeah, we're fine. My formation is correct. Okay, let's just go. So yeah, so nowadays a lot of retro runners, a lot of SD console runners will use like RGB out into an OSSC or ooh, nutsack. Ooh. 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 Oh dear. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Oh dear. I mean, a lot of people still use CRTs. Like it still is arguably the gold standard. Ooh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We're in a situation here for real. Did I just like not do damage or something? Okay. So yeah, that's basically what it is. But like, this is like the gold standard original. Some people really like looking at a line doubled feed, and some people still prefer the HD one. So it's personal preference. So memory card's got an SD card slot where everything's saved, so you can load your files onto your old MRC and save them on the new one. Transfer them. So, it's big bad is what it is. Forgot to get my overdrive. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I win the fight. I'm not super like guaranteed, and I'm not hyper confident that I will. Immune to sleep or dark. That's a bummer. Well, I do have a mage who can use fire, so let's hope that that's going to do a ton of damage. But that's really cool. All right, let's get Kimchi Wonder Boy back in. Wonder Boy, what is the secret of your power? Wonder Boy. Oh, huge. Easy win. No problem. So it works. Does it work both ways, Mizzo? So, like, for example, if you use an emulator and you have your saves, you can just transfer them onto the SD card. SD card goes into the memory card, and the memory card works like normal.
Fiends, they fall.
And then equally, let's say you just use the memory card as normal, and you make a whole set of brand new saves. You can, they automatically go onto the SD card. So the SD card is always updated, and then when you put the SD card into the PC, you can put the new console saves onto the PC. The short question is, does it work both ways? Like, does it only work like you put like an emulator save onto the SD card into the memory card, and then the memory card loads? But surely it works both ways.
Oh, no matter how much.
That sounds really useful, though.
No one can, and there's no. It's pointless.
Because like for the Nintendo, you've got an EverDrive, which you can do save states on, which is kind of like replicating the same thing where you're playing on hardware. Like you can play on original hardware and play the game.
Whatever it was,
And then for like the Super Nintendo, you've got something like the S2D SNES, where again you're playing on hardware but can save state. And this would be like PlayStation, you're playing on hardware, but if something goes wrong, like for example when they did like the load save at ESA, like it's not giving you save states, but it's in a way giving you save states.
You hear the... Who needs the... Oh, yeah? We've been praying. So what's your goal? Ha! It's too bad. This time...
Pretty much talk muck. So there are a couple of things that I do for like either safety or convenience. So I have every single game on original hardware, and I have the carts and all the rest of the stuff. For FF1,
even 10 years after he left. Just thinking
there are 2 points where you're doing like a 20+ minute reset if you die,
my way of keeping him.
which is like okay one time. But let's say I had a 30-minute death once in every single game. Like, that's 30 minutes. That's 8 hours of lost time. So, there are, some where I intentionally play on an emulator which can give me the luxury of a save state if I need it. Because, again, the thing is, it's more important to me that the marathon and the run is successful than every single thing is done by the book. Like, I would rather, like, load a save state at a boss that I died to and get through all the games than I would, like, reset 2 or 3 times on an RNG fight that I don't control and just not be able to finish the whole thing. So that's for 1. 2 isn't as bad, but similarly, the Emperor fight, it's a 3-phase fight. If you get right to the end and die, that's another really heavy RNG fight. You can die very easily on. 3 is super consistent. There isn't really any reason that should ever go wrong for you. 4 is very consistent. There isn't any reason it should go wrong for you unless you mess up. So even though doing 4 on console is grand, I do have a save state at the end of the game at the 64 floor glitch if I need that. So I try not to, but again, that's one of those ones. Now, if you do everything correct, there's, nothing can go wrong, and even if like some of the parameters are wrong, you factor going to a save room, and then if it doesn't, like the final glitch doesn't work at the end, you just like load your file and then you work it out from there. So it can be, the thing with 4 is the 64 floor glitch, for it to work at the end to go to the final area. So one of the factors is all your vehicles need to be parked in the correct place, including chocobos. When you use the yellow chocobo, it needs to leave the screen at a certain position. Very important. You need your in-game time to be within a correct parameter. You need your money to be in a correct parameter. I don't know if levels affect it, but there are quite a few things that change whether or not it works. So that's 1. 5 is totally fine as it is. So even if the run does go wrong, like it's still, it can be fast, like with backups and stuff. It shouldn't ever be like a big problem. 6, the thing with 6 is you do a pre-game manip to be on the right seed. To do it from scratch can take a bit of time. So like That's a similar one where it's like, okay, so what I could do is I can just play it on emulator and have a preloaded state where I can just go, oh, here we go. This is now... so I can just go straight into the run and not have to like load save states and stuff. Or no, sorry. I don't have to like go onto the map and then find what my seed is and then get a certain amount of encounters and do a certain amount of resets and stuff like that. I'm an idiot. It's fine though. Only pedestal in the game that you can put things in the wrong way. Very cool. And then the rest of them, there's no reason, or there's no real like benefit to playing on an emulator, like other than of course, you know, save states. But like none of the rest of them have got seed manip or anything that helps, and stuff like that. So that's the general approach, really. So like every single one can be done fine. Using emulator with no problems. The biggie, FF1, like the original Nintendo FF1, I think there's quite a good reason to use an emulator to save state against Lich and Chaos. Final Fantasy 2, pretty good reason for Emperor 1. Maybe Chimera, but primarily Emperor 1. Because again, you know, like, it's like, okay, well, I just lost 20 minutes. Okay, well, now I just lost 40 minutes. And then it's like, okay, well, now I'm not going to finish at all. 3, no reason. 4, no real reason. 5, no reason. 6, you know, you can do the manip, or you can just, you know, load a save and be like, okay, I'm on the right seed. Let's play the game. So that's another kind of one where... you know, all it does is saves time. It doesn't change anything else about it. Now, the thing is like, okay, well, okay, if I'm playing FF5, well, it's still going to be on the same console. So if I had 2 Super Nintendos, I could finish 5 while doing the setup for 6, but like, no. 4 also has pre-game manip if you want to. So you can set the siege for 4, which means you don't get any encounters before Mist Dragon at the start. But again, I just don't even do that. Skipping's very fast in 4, so that's not a huge factor. So, you know, that's kind of how it all goes. What? There we go. Beautiful. Frita. That's a lot of what it is, and it's like, you know, you can say what you want about like legitimacy and all that stuff, but like the reality is, it's like, okay, so resetting on a boss you died to is cheating, fine, but you still beat the boss under the same parameters, and nothing, you know, ultimately about that changes. So you reset for a fight that you normally wouldn't be able to reset at, okay. And then you've got 120 hours of gaming left.
Bigger and bigger, till I was just about ready to burst.
So we'll see what the new 1 stuff's like. So I'll be testing out and trying and going through the stuff that Shane sent. 2 doesn't change. Like there's no way to make 2 safer. 2 has got very fast resets, which is great about it. It's got a lot of hard resets so that if something goes wrong in a dungeon, you're usually okay, and it doesn't like screw you up and stuff. So those are all positives and good things. But yeah, it's like that, you know, that's the kind of thing where like this is a very unique situation. So it's like, okay, you can be like, well, technically you didn't run 1 to 16 all the way through, and it's like, okay, well, then like, good enough, no? Like if I was doing 1 to 3, then yeah, absolutely. Or I was doing even like 1 to 6, then sure, I'll tackle, you know, a couple of resets if I need or whatever. And the fact that it's like it's only getting longer, you know, now that there's 16 in the picture, it's kind of like even more reason to give yourself that. But like, the only way to make one like hyper consistent is to just keep leveling. But then, like, even with Chaos, like I've spoken to Shane and other people about this before. It's like, if Chaos wants you dead, it can do it. Like, even if you were level 25, 30, that's not a guarantee you're going to win the fight. Yeah, there's a bigger, you know, there's a bigger cause, you know, than just, oh, RTA, speed game, yay, well done. Bonk. So yeah, that's how we do it. And I think we do a damn good job. Our survey blargan. I really didn't think I was going to get another one. Alright, we'll take this. Leave that one to Lou. Alright, bro. You get it. Doing grand, mate. How are you? I mean, I've PB'd several times in marathons before, which is always cool. It's always cool to get a PB in the game. Like, and like I PB'd in 15. Early on when I was like still pretty new to it. It's very cool, Mizzo.
The matches start soon as we.
I mean, like that's the biggie. It's like if you've got old saves, and you can keep those digitally, big. But yeah, like that's what I think the FF10 runners wanted to do when they were going to do like multi-people doing a segmented run. I genuinely think the original plan was that they would like post the memory card to like the next person. But being able to transfer digitally is very cool. So, some new Sky. What new Skyrim mods could you possibly want? Trying to probably get in the music theory. Music theory is so free, my dude. So free. What are you working on? Like, have you got a theory book, or are you just doing some like self-led? Yeah, I mean the thing is as well, it's like, I have like overwritten files accidentally a number of times that I've needed or wanted to have kept and had. Why don't you just like go through a method that exists? That's true. I mean, the really cool thing about like emulator is the amount of save slots. It's crazy. So like there are saves like in the I think FF Discord for 10 or whatever. But like speedrun saves for like every single save crystal. So it's like over 100 slots.
Well, you'll take
Relax.
and
You could always join. Anyhow.
Yeah, exactly. You know, making things that can take a long time to set up to then like do. Absolutely incredible. What a gift. What a gift. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So what specifically music theory are you working on at the minute, May? Exactly, Mizzo. Like, that's super cool. I love that. I love the idea of, like, setting up some sort of thing to then action it. Like, it brings the best of both worlds together where it's like, okay, you know, why is the PC HD version good? Oh, well, things like the timer stays the same, but you can go faster. You've got booster. You've got, you know, max level and all that stuff. Well, you can just play on emulator and use cheat codes.
That shot is done like this.
All right, so how is that helping you with your music theory? Like, what specifically are you... Because that what you're describing is songwriting, which is not music theory.
But don't worry, my boy. You're not the only one. No one else can do it. I'm the best.
Also, there are some really abstract, like, proggy rules and stuff where you like take riffs and then you'll move them up a tone or a minor third. You're not like modulating, but you're tonal shifting. And it doesn't really follow conventional harmonic rules.
You're out of your league. You can't do no one. You're out of your league. You're out of your league. You're out of your league. No one else can do it. You can't do it, kid. You're out of your league.
The best. Yeah, right.
Whoa.
Sure was.
Show us.
Classic freebie, love it. Jack shot for life. So sort it out, man. You've been in education for long enough. You know what to do. Start taking responsibility. Did what work? Of course I got it. You don't normally get it. Like in the speedrun, it is slower. What do you mean from spam? Like I intend... No, you do the thing. So like when it's at the top, you do up and X. When it's in the middle, it's just X, down and X. Like you don't have to get them all. It's pretty forgiving.
You know what? There is no Mark 1 or Mark
That's like
2,
super
you know?
normal.
My old man said the name. He said they'd come back.
But yeah, you don't normally get it, but Jack Shot's really nice to have. So like, as far as I'm concerned, I'm happy to take the X amount of seconds of time loss to make the blitzball game easier.
Is he alive, you think?
Is this the only time you get Jack Shot 1? That...
But, so,
So we.
yeah. So, if anything... What would you do if you found him?
Who knows? I'd probably just. After everything. Because he was famous. Well, your father's famous too. Ain't it?
It is hard to follow in his footsteps as a summoner.
Sure.
But the honor of having
Free
a father
version,
like
Jack Shot
him
2, boring. If you
surpasses
fail, reload your
all
save and try
others,
again.
I think.
You can reattempt this challenge later on in the game by returning to Killica Port and taking the ferry to Luca again? That's funny.
Yo! I didn't think my... He never did. But I couldn't help feeling something... Sure, I had told Waka I'd help him.
But yeah, key techniques is a big way. Like learning abilities for Blitzball is actually quite involved. I'm doing good, Panda. How are you? Sphere Shot's great. So the thing with Sphere Shot is you need to get level 3, which means you need to like get through the first half. Right? Why am I thinking you can't use Sphere Shot in the first half of the match, but you can use Jacked Shot? My brain's a bit iffy. Anyway, so we do have... Yeah, it's just a better ability. I mean, Sphere Shot's great because of the level, but the big win with Jacked Shot is that you can pew pew, like knock 2 people out for it. Yeah, you've got the 5-minute one, then you've got the 3-minute 2, and then you've got the 2-minute 3, I guess. Oh no, you absolutely no one who's doing PB attempts of this is doing Jack Shot. And honestly, like the run with winning and losing Blitzball is really negligible now. Like the run's so well rooted. So I think the big time loss, if I remember correctly, is at home. And you have to go like back a screen and do an extra fight and get a chest. So it's slower than if you get a good win, but like it just depends.
Stop right there, goers. You guys are... Because this year, us Aurochs are taking the cup.
What in Yevon's name were you doing up there?
Well, sadly, because of the 16 minutes that Mushroom Rock Road Skip saves, it's not that difficult to beat Kara's record anymore. So,
What's up now?
kind of sad, but, you know. It was like whenever Cam Skip was fine, like the first record after Cam Skip wasn't a great run. But, you know, big time save equal big time save, you know?
The tournament is being held to honor his 50 years as Maester.
50 years? Shouldn't he be retired by
Retirement?
now?
Punch him. Punch him in the face.
Mouth now.
Such an offensive thing to say about our Lord and Savior, Maester Micah. I don't know what his name is. I've forgotten. All right. Established colleagues and friends, I have the greatest of sad news to tell you. Unfortunately, after a mere 1 hour of streaming, I have to go because I'm working in 29 minutes and it takes me 50 minutes to get to the arcade. So, unfortunately, because it took so long for the meetings earlier, I've just lost all of the time. But, you know, done what I can in the time that we've got. Yeah, imagine having a cool... Just get a cool job. Be a cool job. You know, be the thing in the world that you want to be. Or whatever. Some of the work that I do for ESA involves an arcade. Yes. Which is not to say that is my job. It is just part of what I do. So, of course, click on the links. Subscribe. Give me premium features of everything. It is cheap subscribe month on twitch.tv.